Good evening, everybody. Are we ready to play a little Kerbal Space Program? I know I am. So, with the release of Kerbal Space Program version 1.0, or in this case version 1.00830, we have a whole bunch of fun new features that I'm going to be playing with today. I have, of course, played the beginning of the campaign once before, but I'm going to play it a little bit differently this time around. Specifically, I'm going to make it a little more difficult for myself and see how far I get. Yes, I am going to be playing a hardcore version of Kerbal Space Program. So we will start new, put it on career mode, and choose our flag. What do we want for a flag? I tend to like this one with the happy little Kerbal. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that one. And we will name this, I don't know. We'll name it something fun. Ballistics. Yes. That should work. Just so you know, my friend Justin will be texting me in the background because he is the only person watching this. Alright. Now, we now have to set the difficulty. Right now it's on easy. Moderate. Hard. Custom. You know what? I'm going to leave it on normal, but I'm going to make this hardcore by switching off the reverting and switching off the quick loading. I'm not sure what missing crews respawn means, other than perhaps that they will return to your base. I'm going to leave that on for now because I don't want to shoot myself in the foot too badly. I'm not allowing any stock vessels. Everything that you see me fly will be something of my own devising, and you will have the joy of watching me devise it. Poorly. I will start myself with a little extra money, although I don't think it's completely necessary. I think I'll start with 50,000 funds, 0 science, and 0 reputation. Alright. With that selected, we will begin. And we're loading. Welcome to the Space Center. Nice to meet you. I'm Gene Kerman, Flight Director and your guide for this quick introduction. This is the Space Center. From here you can manage all aspects of the space program. Feel free to have a look around. Hold the right mouse button to move the camera, or use the arrow keys. Right-click over the Space Center facilities to view more about them, and left-click when you're ready to head inside. So, for those of you who have not played this game, we have several facilities at our disposal. We have Mission Control. Here we'll be able to see contracts that we can pick up to make money, prestige, and get some extra research points. Next to that is our lovely little Tower of Doom, the Vehicle Assembly Building. The Vehicle Assembly Building is where we will assemble our vehicles. Yes, that made a certain amount of sense, didn't it? Then we have the Spaceplane Hangar. It's similar to the Vehicle Assembly, only a lot more horizontal and a lot less vertical. Now we also have the Astronaut Complex. This is where we will be able to hire and manage our Kerbals. Kerbals are the little guys who will fly our spacecraft and aircraft. Behind that is the Administration Building. It's a fun little place where you get to do stuff with your Kerbals. Usually it's for making some money and doing some stuff. My personal favorite, the Research and Development arm, where something is usually exploding for the joy of some Kerbal somewhere. This is where we spend our research points to get more equipment. And then last but not least, we have the Tracking Station. At the tracking station, it allows us to bring up the map, which looks like this, so we can see any missions or contracts that are available that require positional information. Of course, it's the moon, right here, the planet Kerbal, and anything else that you want to see, like Kylo, Lathe, the Sun, Ike, all the fun little planets, which we will be attempting, emphasis on attempting, to reach. I've played this game before, but I've only ever made it to a safe touchdown on the moon. Okay. So we'll back on out of here, and we will take on the first mission. So, here we are at the Space Center. Gene Kerman is introducing us to the center, but it's pretty straightforward. I'll explain it. We have available missions, we have active missions, which altitude and distance and speed missions are automatically assigned. They're always active and they're always the lowest value for any of those. So we'll be aiming to break those as we go. And then archives are things that we've completed, which we haven't completed any of them. So the first mission we'll be picking up is launching our first vessel. While cleaning up after another unintended ignition, a group of clerks passing by Kerbal World First's record-keeping society realized that we were really stumped by whether we actually didn't know anything at all. So that allegedly ended up raising more questions than answers, and we now need your help. We'd like to officially start off the space program with a bang! A very controlled bang, preferably. Trivial prestige expires in 2 days, and the only objective is to launch the first vessel off the launch pad or runway to achieve this goal. We will gain 2,000 money thingies. We gain a 2,000 as an advance. We complete it, we earn 5,000, 1 science and 2 prestige. If we fail it, we lose 2,000. So, we'll take that, and I am going to try escaping the atmosphere at the same time. And that one's straightforward. I'm just going to break the atmosphere, which is achieving an altitude of 70,000 feet. I probably won't do it with the first mission, but we can try. Alright, and let me just see something. Alright, so this is where we build our ships. Pretty straightforward. I can't really do anything right now because I don't think I have the starting thing. You start off with usually a command pod of some sort, and you start with the Mark 1 command pod. It's a handy little thing. It's where your Kerbal sits, has a spot on top. Usually we put a parachute on there. That's usually the first thing I put on these puppies because, well, it's just so necessary. On the bottom actually has a lightweight heat shield on it so that you don't need to protect the pod itself from re-entry. Next, we will have to put on some engines. And I realized I don't even have decouplers. So that's gonna be interesting. See what happens when we do a multi-stage without decouplers? All sorts of fun stuff. Let's find out. Alright, so this on the side here, this is the staging. And we need to put together some staging for the 3 rockets. So that when I launch a rocket booster, it does not fire every other rocket booster on the rocket. Oh, and by the way, this window here is the Kerbal Engineer. It is the only mod I run with. It allows me to see what my thrust to weight ratios, and the delta V that I am generating. It's kind of important to me because it makes sure that I know how well I'm doing. Right? I'm going to rotate this so that it's facing the right direction. And that's pretty much it. She's good to go. According to my craft stats, I'm only using 5 parts. I'm only 4.5 tons. And I have some dimensions. And Justin's saying something to me. Let me see what he says. Alright. So we're gonna name this thing Launch 1. And then we'll save it, and we will take it out to the launch pad. While that's loading. Alright, we are going to launch in 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Ah, world's first speed record. And oh, well, that's one way to do it. And that was poorly executed. But we got our first liftoff, and while we settle back down gently to Earth, let's see what we achieved. We set an altitude record of 3,500, which gained us some money. We set a speed record of 300 meters a second, and 150 meters a second, and we launched our first vessel, so that's all good. I'll just speed up things so we can return back to Earth and get our next launch going. So I didn't get much altitude there, nor did I get much research. Voila. Well, isn't that lovely? I can't do much with that one piece of research, so I'm going to have to do some stuff here while I am mobile. On the ground, let's do a crew report. Keep the data. Then we'll go EVA. Oh, that was weird. Oh, you know, the time is still up high. That's a problem. EVA report. Recover the data. Then we will recover both vessels. Just a moment. Alright, so that earned us 8 science. So what can we get with 8 science? We could get basic rocketry. Or we could get engineering 101. I'm going to get engineering 101 because that gives us the stack decoupler, which means that we don't have to burn off the boosters, and we're not dragging it in the next stage. So that's that. And then we'll have to start heading towards boosters soon, which will be good. Oh, yeah. Cover that. Ooh, that gave us some more science. I think that might have allowed us to get the next one. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. So now that we've done the research that we needed to, we can head back to the tower and build the next rocket. Easy enough. Let's see here. So, for the efficiency of it, the first stage is going to be, we'll say, a 3-tank rocket. Won't have an exceptionally long burn, but it'll have a reasonable one. And the booster. Then we'll put the hammer solid fuel booster on that. Well, actually, first things first. We need a stack decoupler. This puppy. Actually, we'll put one of these little guys between them. See how this all works out. That, and like that. So, we still got good thrust to weight, a decent amount of delta V. It should get me, well, not really. I'm gonna throw in a couple more tanks of fuel. I'm gonna try to get all the way into the atmosphere. So with a delta V of 2,669, I should be good. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is put on a few sciencey things. That does nothing. Science Junior, that's a good way to get research, so why not? Let's slap one of those puppies on. And then 2 of these, because these are good for more science. Alright. It's a little long, hopefully it won't fall over. We'll save it and we'll launch it. Now, being a pilot, our good friend Jebediah I believe can offer some SAS support, so he'll keep the rocket straight for me. Oh, you know, I forgot about staging. So, stage 1 booster's good. This separation and this booster should be together, and this should be together. Right? Yes. Okay. So that's good. First things first. We'll observe one of these mystery goos right on the launch pad. The goo doesn't seem to be doing much right now. Well, that's 3 science. Hang on to that one. Throttle up to 100%. Unnecessary with these solid boosters, but once we get here to the liquid booster, we'll want it. 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Good, clean liftoff. And now we'll observe the other mystery goo. And we'll keep that data. And during liftoff, we'll observe the materials bay. Stage 2. Oh! Oh, that was a problem. Cut the engine because the parachute just deployed. That was a mistake. Whoopsie. So, one of the new problems is the aerodynamics are much more finicky in this system, and if you try to nudge too hard, your craft will roll like a puppy in a pile of muck. Oh, something went boom. But that's okay, we launch straight up and we'll come straight down again. We might lose some of the booster stack because it's very heavy, And it's actually dragging us down pretty fast with the parachute. But we should be okay. So I'll just allow this to come down. And hope for the best. On the plus side, we've completed altitude record of 7,500 meters and a speed record of 450 meters a second. So, you know, that's pretty good, right? Yeah, I think so. Alright, so we're almost back down again. Alright, the speed's a little high. So we'll just... Oops, that's overkill. We'll use the thruster to slow down our... Dun da da da! And we're down. Congratulations, we've made it. We'll grab a crew report for the science. No science, so never mind. We'll just recover the vessel. Ah, we did get some good science though. Now, let's see. We also recovered some of the parts, and Jebediah survived. So that's good. Let us go back to research and see what we can get for parts now. So we have survivability, which may be useful. Get the service bay, which is handy. The heat shield, which is great. Landing struts, and a parachute. In the stability section, we'll get some nose cones, which will be handy further down. And then general rocketry, we get a couple more boosters and a larger fuel tank. I'm going to go for the cheapest. 28, 15, 20, 15, that's 35, that's not going to be enough. I guess the best thing to do would be to get the stability now. And then we'll move on to survivability once I get another 5 points. So, back to the station, where we are going to do a little bit of work on this puppy. Okay, so this booster needs to be on that separator, this booster needs to be with that separator, and that booster's the launching booster. Okay, good. What did I just get for parts? Aerodynamics, right? Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. So, we'll put some winglets on here. We'll put 4 on. I don't know if I want to put them here. Guess I'll just let them go with the rest of this puppy. Yeah, I only need them that far, I hope. Actually, you know what? I'll put it there. That way there it'll last for at least 2 stages. Now, next. I don't think we need anything further. Which is good. So, let's try this again. What do I wanna... Why not? Sounds like fun, doesn't it? Add a few extra boosters to the party. Never have too many boosters. And it gives us a use for these aerodynamic nose cones. Save and launch. Oh, 31 parts. Whatever will I do? This is probably a bad idea. That's not annoying or anything. There we go. Save it. And we will launch. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, lift off!